All right, guys, this is me, Emperial, new kid in the block. Just want to know to MTR, and he's responding to this gentleman here. I forget his name, but he's a good content creator. Well dressed, stylish, fashion man. And follow both of them. All right, so I'm here just responding to them guys. Let's go ahead. Let's do this.
That's having a lack of drive or ambition. Now, here's a little secret I want to let you in on.
Okay.
You don't have to be successful to get women, but you must be on the path to success and be able to show you're on that path.
At least.
Having a lack of drive or ambition shows exactly the opposite.
Yep.
No one wants to be around a guy who's laying on the couch doing nothing with his life. And that's the great thing about it. You don't already have to be at the finish line.
Thank you.
Just be working your way towards it.
Thank you.
When you're in a relationship with a good woman, she naturally wants to follow you. But if you're not driving anywhere, how can she? So if you want to be seen as a weak man to the ladies, have a lack of drive or ambition. Next up.
All right, he said a good woman will follow you. It depends on their ideologies, right? Like, is it more of a modern women feminist ideology? She may not, but he said good woman, which is really ambiguous, right? It depends on your definition of good. But he's right within this as well. You know what I'm saying? Like non-ambitious people, right? Men or women, right? Like, I don't have guy friends in my life that ain't doing shit within their life. You know what I'm saying? But to women, it's even more disgusting for them. But also, let me add on to this point as well. Idea people. If you're just an idea person and you never just execute, there's some people, I don't know for what reason they think this, but they think ideas are worth it.
You know what? All right, so let me jump in on a statement right beside him. Yeah, people just talking all day. Oh man, I get an idea, man. Yo, I get an idea. But yet you sit on your ass all day, or you settling for a dead end fucking goofy job. All right, you gotta get results. All right, everything doesn't come overnight. All right, I'm a walking living proof on that. Okay, but as long as you grind towards it, that's why I have at least 5 days a week to myself. Okay, any woman who I mess with, they already know. I say, I'll see you on the weekend. Because during the weekdays, I don't patiently catering to your feelings and emotions and be a fucking amusement park or be a 6 foot recreation. All right, I'm on here fucking grinding. Okay, I'm on here grinding, fighting to become what I was born to be. Okay, let's listen. Is she not my business partner? Like helping invest towards my business or my customer, my client? I don't have time for you all day, every day. That was exactly what MTR and the gentleman is saying. Okay, so me, I'm putting in my input right now. So me, I keep more gangster with it. Okay, the bottom line is, man, you be grinding, man. I said you be grinding. And even for now, you making a regular job, okay? Because we all have to start from somewhere. But if you got to put in extra 15, 20 hours a week, put in 60 hours on the regular job, so you can start fueling your goals on the side. Okay, start fueling goals. Or even start from getting yourself a little pickup truck, whatever. So you start doing an extra job, side hustle, or you grinding. Okay, and even a shorty, they'll see that. Any woman, they'll see that naturally, you know? So you don't have to sit on your ass and talk about, hey, I'm this, I'm high value. No, she's seeing you in the grind. Because me over here, I don't give a fuck with nothing else other than, like, besides Jehovah God, my careers, my business, and my cigars. Okay? That's it. Of course, my son. Okay? Anything else, I don't give a fuck about. If my money ain't right, I don't pay for nothing else. Right? If my funds ain't coming right, I don't pay for nothing else. All right? My cigar ain't burning right, I don't pay for nothing else. Women will see it naturally. They'll see it. Right? Go ahead.
They're not. It's the execution behind the idea. I just had a dialogue with someone from last night. I used to work with him. And, you know, truth be told, there's probably a bit of jealousy within his soul regarding my ability to have left work. But he began to talk about that he creates ideas for people. And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, well, how do you translate that into money? He's just like, yeah, I just create the ideas. Like, they don't give me money. They just go off and they do. And I'm just like, bro, what type of business model? What type of goddamn business model is that? But so.
What does it mean to be a featherless, two-legged, linguistically conscious creature born between urine and feces?
Sorry, but I'm getting pictures of this shit right now. Come on.
It's a whole nother story. Maybe I'll get into it some other time, make its own video, because there's a lot of lessons to be learned by people who are either lack ambition or their ambition goes up to being an idea person. Yeah. Bump your idea. Let me see your results. Let me see your outcomes.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Let's keep going.
Is a trait, if you exhibit it, especially over the long term, it's going to turn a woman off. Do not be the guy who lets women, even your woman, run over you. Here's where a lot of so-called nice guys get things confused.
Yes.
They think if they always say yes, it'll please the woman. Here's the dirty little secret. She may take advantage of that over niceness, but she won't respect you. I need you to think about this. What a woman sees when you let her run over you, she thinks, if he can't stand up to me, how can he protect himself and stand up against other people out in the outside world? This comes off as extremely weak. And if you're with a woman who sticks around even though you let her run over you, she's just taking advantage of you. She doesn't respect you. If you don't stand up for yourself, a woman will be turned off, even if she takes advantage of it. Now, next up is...
If you look at the chart of like masculine versus feminine, one you'll see in the masculine is confrontational, right? Aggressive, confrontational. Guys, you have to understand that being nice, right? Depending upon how you do that, it's not a part of a masculine trait and or behavior. It doesn't make a feminine lady, all right, want to submit to your nice ass. Stop being nice. Set boundaries. Tell people no. If you're uncomfortable with shit, let them know. Look them in the eye. And then continue forward with what you think is the best for the particular situation. All right, let's keep going.
It's a characteristic of weak men that women definitely can't stand.
All right.
Are you the guy who's always blaming everybody else?
Oh, I hate them.
Super complaining. It's always somebody else's fault. I'm in this position because of what somebody else did to me. Nobody
I'm
wants
disgusted.
to hear that. Especially women. Nobody likes a person that doesn't take accountability.
Nobody.
I don't care what position you've been in or what you've been through. It wasn't always everybody else's fault.
No.
Even if you've been in some difficult situations and life has dealt you a bad hand, what are you going to do about it?
Right.
A man has to
Fix
take
it.
his bumps and bruises and move forward. But if you're sitting around, woe is me, blaming the rest of the world, it gets you nowhere, both in life or with the ladies.
That's it.
Now, next up,
Style OG is hitting them today. You understand what I'm saying? Get you nowhere in life. Just like I was talking earlier, you know, about the situation that I had with this, you know, young man that I used to work with, and the idea that we got into this conversation, we didn't even dialogue didn't really need to happen. And the thing is that I take accountability for even having a conversation with someone that has ill feeling towards me and my success and the things that I'm doing within my life. But by engaging with said person, I allowed myself to get to this weird layer with someone else that really had no business communicating with me. But I take accountability for allowing him to even have a conversation with me. That's how deep my accountability shit goes. It's always, within no matter what situations that happen in life, if something goes wrong, there is some portion that you must take accountability for. You must. It's incumbent on you to not lay within this victim mentality, because although you'll get some people who maybe cannot peel back the onion of the story that you're telling them, there are others that are much more wise and experienced within life that'll look at your victim shit and it'll start to make them sick over time. If you always have negative stories to tell about people in and around your space, your dating relationships, maybe it's not always them. Maybe it's you. Let's keep going.
Up is the guy.
All right, Miracle. I'm gonna jump on this one too. All right, that's facts. I mean, all this victim. Listen, we all make mistakes. Okay, I made some mistakes in my life. You know, I do. Some of them I regret it, but I find solutions. I resolve it. I face mine head on. Okay, I face mine head on. I take it, I embrace it, and I swallow it, and I eat it, and I fucking find a solution about it. And that's it. Resolve it. Plain and simple. At the end of the day. Okay, that's the bottom line. Even they say, even tolerating bum ass people, or being in a circle of bum ass people who's not making the results. Well, that'll be on me at the end of the day. Same thing I told you earlier before. At the end, it come back to you. Me, at the end, it will come back to me. Okay, so I get results and make money because I made it happen. So if I stay fucking poor and struggle, I caused that. I made it happen. So that's why I'm fighting to work my $1 million. All right, I'm fighting to work my $1 million almost at all costs. Okay, at the end of the day, that's it. I mean, things happen. Sometimes people does. Sometimes other people is a blame. Sometimes, all right. I ain't like 50% of the time, other people is a blame. But at the end, and come up to you. It's different if you're sitting at home right now, mind your business, someone come to your house and rob you, then that's not your fault. That's different, right? But now, if you put yourself out, if you're going out to, for example, going to a nightclub that's low end, you go in a nightclub that's low end, that attract a lot of lower class individuals, right? That have a bunch of thugs and hood rats, or even white trash, and you have a bunch of dudes might have money, but they're low class, okay? And what? And they start shooting, you start banging and shooting, and you catch a straight bullet. I mean, yeah, you're innocent, but you choose to go in that location, in that area, you know what I mean? Vicinity. You choose to go in that vicinity. At the end of the day, the decision you made, because you could go on somewhere else that's much more laid back and more exclusive, right? So that was exactly he said.
You definitely don't want to be. Don't be the guy who doesn't have a life of his own. Yes, when you're in a relationship with a woman or dating someone, she wants your attention. Just not all of it.
No.
There's nothing more annoying than the super clingy guy that has nothing else going on.
Yeah.
There's a cliche I'm sure you've heard that absence makes the heart grow fonder.
Oh, yeah.
Do your own thing. Give each other a chance to miss one another. If you're all up under her, naturally she's gonna wonder, how does he have time to achieve his purpose in life? She needs to have her thing, you need to have your thing.
Bang!
One of the worst characteristics of a weak...
All right, let me jump in this quick. How about she have a thing and you have your thing? Especially in category 4, like I say, one night stand or pump and dump, you can call it that. Category 3, she have her own life, she pay her own bills, I'm over here have my own life, and I pay my own bills, and then we get together on the weekends. Just get back to what I'm saying earlier. Yo, I want to see you on the weekends. That's it. I mean, I don't see you every day. Nobody. I want nobody in my face every day, unless she have me making me money. Unless she fucking breaking bread to me. If you ain't breaking bread to me, I don't see you. Because as a man, I have to get up. I have to get up every day and find solution. Every day, every morning when I wake up, I have to wake up and find solution of my life. Okay.
Man, the super clingy, not having a life of his own.
Yes.
Next up is a trait.
That one's
I've seen every road in this here land. I've been to Rio, Buffalo, Pyramids, Yellowstone, Arizona, Pentagon.
self-explanatory. That goes in with either point 1 or point 2 regarding ambition, right? If you're ambitious, then you're busy.
Thank you.
Right? Like you don't have time to be up under somebody.
Thank you.
I definitely want you to pay attention to and make sure it's not one you're exhibiting. Are you the man who's always avoiding conflict? Now, this can be a huge problem in any facet
I
of
just
your
said
life.
this one.
People will run over you. But also what a woman will see in a guy who's never offended and never stands up in a conflict, if you can't stand up for yourself, how are you going to protect her and your future family?
Yeah.
Trust me, this is encoded in a woman's DNA. If you can't protect yourself, she's not going to feel protected. She's not going to want to follow you. So don't make another nice guy mistake. Always wanting to please everybody, not wanting to offend anyone else, and not showing when you're offended. There's going to be times in your life when there's conflict and you need to address it.
Yep.
Want to exhibit a characteristic that definitely turns women...
Hold on, before he goes to his next one. Yes times 10. Here's the thing, guys. If you're engaging a conflict with other dudes, you have to understand that where it can go. Okay, you have to be able to understand that, which is why if you're not training your body, if you're not into the gym, if your cardio is not up, you know what I'm saying? If you're not in a fighting gym, right? Working on your skill sets, your self-defense, right? Like if you don't know how to defend yourself, if you all talk and no action at all, if you're underweight, right? Someone can just walk up to you and just ragdoll you.
Ragdoll you.
You can talk all the shit that you want, but you can't back it up. That's the worst thing. You never want to see. You know what I'm saying? At least if you go down, at least you go down with a skill set. At least you tag one of them. You know what I'm saying? Your lady not going to or your guy friend's not going to disrespect you based off of a valiant L. You know what I'm saying? But above all, I say all that stuff. The goal with any conflict situation is to handle it in a way that it never gets there.
Thank you.
That it never gets there. You win all of the conflict situations where there's a peace walking out of it. Don't let your egos deliver you bodily harm. Okay? Don't let that happen. But train.
All right. So let me jump in on one too. Conflict as men. All right. Like I say, it's a thin line. It's a thin line. You know what I mean? I mean, like you gotta be able to stand up. Cause me, trust me, I've been through it, especially being in the streets of New York, trust me, I've seen fights ahead. All right, that's it. You try to come out of it with peace. In some case, you cannot come out of it with peace. You may get some bruises. All right, have to throw some blows, take blows, and get bruises. Okay, but 90% of the time, try to come out of it with peace. That both of you all understand each other. Like yo, him, listen, he ain't scared of me, but you know what I mean? He approached me, he ain't scared of me. Yo, Emperial something to me. He wasn't scared of me, but he tried not to catch a charge, right? He tried not to catch a felony. See, that's what I do. I'm telling you from all these streets in New York, okay? When voice come to voice, trust me. Trust me, I'm decent. 200 pounds, we're size 12, I'm 6 feet. But like I say, also, like I say, man, but also I'm an island boy. So so if I can't have my peace, I'm carrying a machete on me, even suit and tie. Trust me. I have a machete. So that's hey, I am somebody saying, okay?
Go
on. Never get offended and always avoid conflict. Now, if you were to poll a bunch of women, I guarantee you, if you ask them something that gets on the nerves about men, especially when they first meet them, a guy who's indecisive. All people, including women who
That's a
might
feminine
be
trait.
dating,
Yep.
like a man who can make decisions.
Yes.
Who can take charge. Being indecisive is a good indicator of weakness.
Yep.
Let me give you one scenario that the women definitely hate. Say you meet a woman, you call her up, and you want to ask her out on a date. You're asking her, what do you want to do? I don't know. What do you want to do?
Oh my God.
Trust me, if you keep that up, you won't be getting lucky. So instead, do what I recommend. You make a decision, make a plan, call her, tell her about the plan, and tell her you'd like her to join you. She will love this. Women love men who can make a decision.
Right. They want leaders.
In any other circumstance. But if you want to be the exact opposite and have the women running, be a guy who's indecisive.
Yep.
Now
being indecisive right? Like you're forcing them to be in their masculine, right? Most of the times they just want you to decide for them, right? Like, and if they're wishy-washy.
Planning and preparing dinner used to be such a grind until you switched to Home Chef.
Washy regarding decision, sometimes you got to put the foot down and say, hey, no, listen, we going to do it this way, right? Like, this is the way that it has to go. Or do you want to join me? Because this is what I am going to do, right? Sometimes you just got to lay down the law. Even if she fights a little bit about it, she'll respect you more at the end of the day. Be a good guy, not a nice guy. Address shit head on. Let's go.
Do not be the guy.
Let me give my input, all right? Nice guy, listen. Fucking nice guy, okay? Good guy, even good guy, I don't care about being a good guy, all right? I'm a black pillar. But, like I say, but righteous, being a righteous man, all right? Righteous, I mean, like, you know how to use somebody, and you know how to abuse somebody. But same token, you set rules, you set laws down, you set rules down in your life to protect you, even physically, financially, mentally, psychologically, and spiritually. So you got to protect yourself at all costs. So you have to protect yourself at all costs, and you set it, you do the best for you. Like I say, your way, the highway. All right, because your way, it'll be a great way, all right? It'll be a blessing way if you do it your way, especially being a man, all right? Because you know how much you can afford, or how much you can afford. When I say how much that, like, you know how much that you can afford, not just financial or economic or monetary gains. We talk about even far as your freedom, your life, even and your sanity. Most of all, your sanity. So you know how much you can afford to lose, and you know how much you afford you cannot lose. So you have to make a final decision every day of your life. I don't care if you're by yourself or you have a girl around you, especially if you have a girl around you. All right? Because if she's in your presence, even down to your mom and your sisters, your niece, your daughters, if they're in your presence, you're responsible for them. If they're in your presence, you're responsible for them. So that's why the final decision, it has to come from you.
Who needs too much outside validation. And I'm talking about whether it's friends, family, or in a relationship. Women don't like this. Always needing outside validation is an indicator of low self-esteem and no confidence.
Yes.
Women like confidence, not the opposite of it.
No.
And whether we're talking about dating or in life in general, I need you to understand, You should weigh your own self-validation way more than you do outside validation.
Yeah.
Acknowledge and develop your strengths.
Yeah.
Know your weaknesses, but don't lean on them. Yes, we all seek some form of outside validation.
True.
But it shouldn't weigh nearly as much as your own self-validation does. If you're always seeking the approval of your friends, family, or outside people, it will turn the ladies off. Now, one of the things that
All right, guys, listen, I'm gonna pause the video right here because he's cooking right now, and I want you guys to go over and to finish out the video to see all the things and make sure within your own things that you bring to a table that you're not doing anything that's within his video. I love that last one in a sense that, you know, validation is a drug of the 21st century. And it's fed even more. It's like a dopamine addiction that people have with all the social medias and stuff like that. And every single like is another boost or beam to that validation engine or system that is firing. This one particularly touches home for me because I know that, like, you know, just like I tell you guys that I judge like women that I meet in my life based off of their social media, looking at, you know what I'm saying, like how many times they post selfies of each other, of themselves, like where they at, like how is it that they're standing, right? Like are they showing their cleavage or they hips off and stuff like that? And I make predetermined judges off of that. Like same thing with male friends that I meet within my life as well. I take you know, I go up on their social media as well and make sure that the person that I just met is who they say that they are, and they're not over here being like insecure. Because the insecure dudes are some of the most dangerous men that you have to avoid. We talk about female nature, but not enough do we talk about male nature. Okay, female nature.
All right. So what are you about to say right now? Yo. Insecure dudes, jealousy and envy, dangerous. They can get you set up, line up. Even for example, let's say right now you come across a lump sum. Let's say you come across your first $40,000 cash, 40 grand, 50,000. You get money. They can have you lined up. They can get you set up and lined up. Okay, is that serious?
Will break your heart. Male nature will kill you, and there's nothing more dangerous than an insecure, jealous, envious type of dude. Okay, so I go the extra mile to make sure that none of them are joining my circle. You understand what I'm saying? So that has been your video.
That's all right. So me, I'm gonna finish it right now too. So me, that's what I get back to saying. A black pill real life, but I'm gonna say it again, it's a successful black pill. Okay, because before this, I already had a life. All right. So I already had a life. So the guys in the community, like the red pillars. My dude, I was red pilling way before the guy became red pillars. So me, I just took mine to a whole new plateau. All right, because out here is crazy. Society is crazy right now. You can't trust anybody. My place in cycle, very small. My cycle very small and very selective. Okay, because I don't want to give in the bullshit. Trust me, because if I dress a head on, you're talking like 40 years to life. Okay, because I know who I am. Me, because I'm about that life. But I prefer the 90% righteousness, being righteous. But 10% is pure darkness, right? That's just a black pill of real life. So that's why I'm no patient, no time for anybody, all right? Male, woman, or man. Okay? That's why my cycle I'm very picky, I'm very selective. Who I fuck with and who I deal with. That's what it is, all right? Straight up, okay? All day. All right, guys? You know what to do, man. You know, support me. You know, support me like you subscribe. Stop playing, okay?